Hello, race fans. Our next guest on Getting Up to Speed is Justyn Cox. Justyn is the spelling for those of you keeping score at home. He's originally from Clarksburg, California, now calling Roseville, California home, and he'll be the full-time driver of the Bates Hamilton number 42X team. He talks about his upcoming schedule, how 2022 went, and some more things. So let's get into it with Justyn Cox. Well, and now joining me, Justyn Cox, formerly of Clarksburg, California, now West Sacramento these days, correct?
Well, I was, and now I guess we'd consider it Roseville. I actually bought a house with my wife sometime last year, so kind of on the other side, but I guess we'll always call Clarksburg home.
Sure. I was gonna say for those fab listeners that aren't exactly sure of history in the state of California, West Sacramento, West Capitol Speedway, former home there of a legendary racetrack in the Golden State.
Right. Yeah, West Capitol is awesome. One of my best friends, his company's actually right there next to where it resides. So, West Sac's a lot of roots there, and spent most of my teen years in that area. So, you can't beat it.
Sure, no doubt. And now you're living in Roseville, which is the home of, was it All-American Speedway? A pavement track at that, but another racetrack.
Right. Yeah, I know Bill McAnally's shop is just down the road from us. He's a good friend of mine, and he's obviously done really well over the years on the pavement side of things, and now has the truck series going on. So, it's just all around a pretty busy race area in general here in Northern California.
Talking about 2022, numbers-wise, you had 24 feature starts, 15 top 10s, 11 which were in 360 competition. 5 of your 4 top 5s were in 360 competition, as well as two total podiums, 1 in each category, 410 and 360s, and a win at Ocean Speedway. Not a lot of 410 starts. I only had you down for 6, but you produced 4 top 10s in those 6 starts. 1 top 5 and 1 podium finish, an average of 9.83, and 5 top 10s at Placerville Speedway in 7 starts last year. So looking at those numbers, they can be misleading, but 2022, how would you rate it as you as a driver?
Yeah, as a driver, I'd say frustrated. It was a really low numbered year as far as starts go. Obviously, I'm usually at the 45 to 50 range. We just I had this grand scheme to kind of go back to my own team again, and we went through a lot of changes and had a lot of different things, just trying new things with Rodney Tyner, and wasn't for lack of effort on his end or my end. Just for whatever reason, we couldn't really get comfortable. So most of those starts were just trying things, new things, new combinations, just learning. And ultimately, it kind of got to the point where we just both weren't having fun. So we took a pretty good break through the center of that season too. I'd rate it an F on my end. Obviously, to get a win is great, and it was the first time at Ocean Speedway winning, so that's awesome. But really there towards the end of the year, getting back 410 racing and kind of a change of scenery with a different team really got me excited for this year and kind of, boost me forward. So hoping to definitely have that average finishing position much lower and add a lot more wins to the resume.
No doubt. You talked about the win at Ocean and the 410 exposure that you got. Is there any other sort of, I guess you could label as a high point of 2022 for your season?
Yeah, obviously that win's awesome, even if it's just a local show. But the high point would probably just be getting the phone call to go drive for Josh Bates and Roger Hamilton. Again, really, we had driven together for a while way back in the day. And it was cool just to kind of do a fill-in role to help them end out the season. And we almost kind of notched off a win right off the bat there for Maury. What was it? I think it was Maury Williams' race.
at
we were
Hanford?
really, yeah, we kind of that 2 race deal, and almost snuck one off the last corner there. So kind of rejuvenated everything, and the desire and want to go racing and enjoy it. At this point, I feel like I've been around a long time for a 28-year-old, as silly as that sounds. So um, sometimes it just takes a little bit to find the excitement and stuff again.
Sure. I mean, was that a difficult transition going from your own equipment into the Bates Hamilton 42X team, or was it a pretty? You said that you guys had worked with each other before prior. Was it a pretty smooth transition, or for you personally, did it take a little bit of adjustment?
Honestly, it was a bigger adjustment going back to my own team. I'd kind of, since about 2018, been bouncing around from ride to ride, and really only ran my team a handful of races each year since 2018. And so I'd really gotten to the the easiness of just kind of driving for people. There's a whole different aspect when you're 100% hands on rather than just the driving side of things necessarily. So when I made the jump to go back to my own team, that was more of a transition. So when I parked it and decided to sit out for a second, and then obviously when I got the call to go back to the driver position, it really took a lot of weight off my shoulders and allowed me to relax and just go enjoy the driving side of it again, which is huge. And yeah, Josh Bates is like a big brother to me. We've been close for many years. And Roger Hamilton is like a father figure and somebody you look up to. He's a very smart man, and together those two have built an amazing race team, along with Scotty, our crew guy, and Roger's best bud. He's at every race too. So it was nice to hop into an environment that, yes, I wasn't 100% used to it. A lot of changes have happened since they really last had me in the car. But when you know people and you've known the group, it's easy to kind of just hop back in and go enjoy it with your buddies.
No doubt. And I mean, you said that it's a relaxed environment for you, and that's got to feel wonderful because you're married to your lovely wife, and you guys have a family, and the less amount of stress, obviously, the better.
Yeah, I'm in definitely a more grown up role in my life, and I want to say it's 100% arrive and drive. I'm going to try my best to help everybody at the shop and do what I can. Drivers, even if they typically just drive for a team, they still are pretty involved, but not having to worry about the finances side of things, finding sponsors, logistics, hiring people, working on the cars constantly. It's tough. And I was really fortunate to have Rodney Tyner Jr. at the time with my team. He did the majority of that. But now I'm at to the point where I have a pretty good full-time job, and obviously my son and wife, and hopefully a couple other kids running around here in the future. So to be able to kind of just, take off and go racing without a care in the world is a lot more simple for all of us.
Absolutely.
And it allows me to go be a driver and have fun, and just allows me to do what I've loved for the last 25 years of my life, essentially. So I'm lucky. There's not very many opportunities in the world today to just drive for a team, and I've hopefully found an amazing home here with BHR, and hopefully for many years to come we can produce some good results and keep this whole family going.
Now, as far as the 31C team that is yours, Justyn Cox Racing, is there any plans to put another driver in there? I know that in the past you've had some guys race for your own equipment, or is that all kind of on hold right now?
Yeah, my own stuff's really up in the air. I don't think we'll have any drivers in it. As far as personnel and things like that, Rodney's got a full-time gig with the Torgensen family, which is awesome for him, and that'll keep him really busy. They race a lot between Ashton and Austin, and my stuff's there, but I don't know if we'll liquidate it or what we'll do. I'll definitely hold on to some stuff for a little while. I guess you'd never know, but kind of to the point where, 31C might come out once or twice. We might do a last two-raw race, or who knows. But it's definitely on the fritz, to put it lightly, and kind of at peace with that. I'm very fortunate to have had a team competing since 2014, which is something I didn't really ever plan on even owning a race car. And I feel like we made our mark and won some cool races with it. And if it goes away tomorrow, I'm proud of what we did with it.
As far as 2023 is concerned, have you guys penciled out anything solid that you want to focus on specifically, or are you just kind of going sort of outlaw style, just trophy hunting, looking for big money races?
Well, our schedule will be out soon, but I think it's no secret that our focus is to win the NARC championship. Mm-hmm. So, that is all of our goals. We want to contend with Dominic and Bud and whoever else is running the full deal and produce wins. We kind of, as a team, have a set goal on some things we'd like to do, and I think they're attainable. So, we'll for sure be at every NARC race, and past that, it'll be a pretty busy schedule with a full year race, and there won't be very many off weekends.
Well, speaking of off time, obviously, the off season isn't what it used to be, when you and I were growing up. But as far as off seasons are concerned, what are some things that maybe some race fans may not know, or even racing personnel know, that you like to do during the dormant period?
Yeah, I've picked up a few things over the years. As of lately, it's been golfing, which I don't know if that's a standard thing or not, but I really do enjoy golfing. I'm not the best at it, but with anything I seem to do in life, I take it to 150%. So I've probably spent way too much on golf clubs and tee times at this point, but golfed a lot. Currently working on fixing my back, because through golfing, I found out that my back is not that good for a 28-year-old who's raced a lot of race cars and crashed a lot of them. So we're currently getting that worked on extensively with a really good chiropractor. So a little bit more on the resting side. And then as of lately, my buddy Chase Briscoe kind of got me onto this app called Whatnot, and it's kind of like gambling, but not. We're into sport cards, so you basically bid on like random boxes of sport cards, as silly as that sounds, and hope to get something good. So probably spent too much time and money doing that lately and collecting, football and baseball cards. So do a lot of that. And then obviously I have a 5-year-old, so he keeps me really busy. And the fun lately has been Mario Kart with him. Cool. So we've been messing around with a lot of Mario Kart. And then I'm a secret closet nerd, so I play a lot of online games and on my computer with a lot of other race car drivers, surprisingly. Yeah. I won't name any names, but there's a lot of great guys in there. And we spend a lot of time online at night. So, my wife jokes that I spend more time with them than her, but she's a champ. And other than that, just spend a lot of time with family and try and do whatever you can around the house. And my in-laws are awesome. So my father-in-law was pretty pumped to get a son-in-law that races race cars, and he's recently built a full-on simulator at his house. So
nice.
Been helping him get that built up and do that. And just a lot of fun little things. Just the easy little things in life I think you forget about during the summer.
Sure, absolutely. So I take it that you have not found that elusive Mike Trout rookie card by pulling packs of these sports card boxes.
No, unfortunately nothing that great. I will say today I got a Malik Willis rookie auto out of 35, which is worth a few $100, and that was the highlight of my day. So.
Yeah. My probably big, thing, it's like in the screwed down case kind of deal.
Oh yeah.
Is the Bryce Harper my Bryce Harper rookie card. So which
Oh, yeah.
I'm not disclosing where I live. So if anybody is looking for that, so.
Right. I get that, man. During COVID, rather than sport cards, it was Pokemon cards, as silly as it
Sure,
sounds. And
sure.
I'll tell you, I made enough money from buying cards on eBay, flipping them to grading sites, getting them graded, and reselling them to buy a very nice ring for my wife. So
There you go.
sport cards and cards, they're a fun way to. They're fun. They're not all about money, but if you
Sure.
do it right, there's a little bit of side cash in there.
Yeah, it's like the stock market, you know,
Oh,
and the
hell
market
yeah.
was hot there for a little
Yeah.
bit. I
COVID was amazing.
yeah, no doubt. Yeah. My brother, he's got a whole complete set first edition. And I think my mom,
Oh
or
my
he
goodness.
did. I think my mom threw it out because, you know,
Oh,
it's like, so, I mean, everything was mint, you know, everything, foils, all that. And, you know,
oh,
hindsight's 220 vision sometimes. So,
right. That would break my heart. He
yeah.
not a gold mine.
Yeah, no doubt. Um, as far as like any people that you want to thank, any sponsors, marketing partners, individual people, you know, I like to give you the floor because I know that in order to make this all go, it takes a lot of people, it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of support.
Right. So, just to get where I'm at, it wasn't possible without my father and grandfather. They've supplied me with everything I could ever imagine, or dream of to continue to race to this point in my life. Um, you know, Tim Berry was a big influence in my career with Bearco Redwood. Um, but as far as this year and going on with that, um, we have a lot of great partners with the 42X. I really got to thank first Josh and Roger for believing in me and giving me this opportunity. But again, 42X will have a lot of sponsors. Tykert Construction's back on board. I do know that for sure. Clove Alco is also back on board. We've also picked up a new sponsor that was partially on board last year, but he's come on a big way. And I'm sure there'll be announcements and all that cool stuff soon. But Benefit RFP has come on board to allow us to go race the 360 a little more and do some cool things on that end. And, there's just a plethora of sponsors, and I'm sure I'm missing a lot of really important people, but I will get that down in the future. I got to get in victory lane or top three more and get that whole spiel down. But really just Roger Hamilton and Josh Bates for believing in me and keeping me around. I'm sure there was a lot of amazing choices for this ride. I know they got a lot of phone calls, and they chose a kid who really didn't show anything in 2022. So I think they just really believe in me deep down, and that's all you can ask for as a driver.
No doubt. And, you say like it's going to be put out there. Like, what's the best place for folks that may be listening, maybe not West Coast centric sprint car fans? Is there a good website, Facebook page to where that they can look at the latest news, schedule, or even get possibly apparel from you and support the race team?
Yeah, definitely. So it would be Bates Hamilton Racing on Facebook, and then I think it's BHR42X on Twitter, and then probably it's Bates Hamilton Racing on Instagram. Allie does our marketing, and so is Gary Thomas, and those two are really awesome. Allie keeps everything updated on social media. They make a lot of cool videos and reels, and they stay very active online, which is awesome to have as a team. I do know our schedule will release 42 days before our first race. Obviously, our first race isn't public or whatever, but it's coming soon. It'll have the full schedule, and then I'm sure Roger and Lori are on top of getting merch and all that fun stuff made. They're very, very good at all that. I'm just the lucky kid that gets to have his name on it. So it's all coming soon, or you can find me online. I'm pretty active on any social media. My name's spelled funny, so it's pretty easy to find me if you spell my name with a Y instead of an I in Justyn, and it'll pop up somewhere.
Awesome. Well, we thank you for taking the time to do this interview, and we hope that 2023 is an enjoyable season for you, and looking forward to possibly talking again soon.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate the time, man, and I have no doubt 2023 is going to be a huge positive, and looking forward to it, and hopefully see you around a lot.